What's up, everybody? Welcome to Fat Cracker Homestead. Today we're going to cook my version of jambalaya. Right now we got our smoked sausage in the pot. We're sauteing it down, get some of that flavor in the pot there. I got a little bit of bacon grease in the bottom. We'll get that flavor down, let that cook for a little while. And then we'll pull it out and we'll go on to the next step. Stay tuned. Alright, now our sausage is done. We're going to pull it out. We just want to cook it enough to get some flavor in the pot. We'll take that and put it there. Get all that sausage out. It'll come back in later. And be careful not to lose it on the stove there. All that up there. Put some flavor in there. Like I said, I got some bacon grease in there. Get that going. There we go. Now we got that. Now we're going to go and we're going to add my version of Trinity. You got your garlic, bell pepper. You got your onions, bell peppers, mushrooms, and onions. Get all that in there. And we'll cook that down for a little bit. We'll sweat that down and get it down and nice and soft. And then we'll go from there. And guess what we got there? We're going to add some Tony's Creole seasoning. Add that. Generous amount. Mix that around those vegetables. Alright. Now we'll let that cook down. We'll be back with the next step. Alright, everybody, let's sweat it down a little bit. Now we're going to add the finishing touches to this Trinity. We're going to put a little bit of garlic in there. And then cook that in for a little while. And then we'll be on to the next step of what we add to this. We'll stir that in, let it cook. I'm going to let it cook for about a minute or two. Get that flavor through those vegetables there. And then we'll go on to add our meat back. Add our meat in and add our sausage back. Alright. Let that garlic cook a little bit. Now we're going to add our meat and let it cook and sweat down. Alright, we got some pork. I just got pork stew meat I bought from my local butcher. Put that in there. Then we'll throw in some boneless chicken thighs. And let that cook down. Get that all mixed into everything and cook down. Mix it around real good. Alright, we'll let that sweat. And we'll go add our sausage in and finish up the rest and let it go again. Alright guys, I didn't realize my microphone went out, but I had the sausage back in, I added chicken broth, I added Worcestershire sauce, I let it come back to a boil, and from there, now that we're at a boil, we're going to stir it. Alright, we're at a good boil, so now I'm going to add some rice. Mix that rice in. Let that water come back to a boil. That rice was cold. I keep it in the freezer. You might throw something over the edge there. Nah, that doesn't. So we just let that come back up to a boil. See it coming. Once it gets back to a good rolling boil, we'll have it boil for a minute or so, and then we'll put it to simmer. Alright, we've been boiling for about a minute, so I'm going to take it off of this. Go ahead and turn that burner off. I'm going to slide it over to the next burner so it'll simmer, because I'm going to show y'all something else I'm making. We'll put that there, and put the lid on it and let it simmer until that rice is done. And then we'll have a good pot of jambalaya. And I'll be back in just a bit. I'll show you how to make hot water cornbread. Alright, so in this bowl we have stone ground cornmeal. And what we're going to do is we're going to add some salt to it. Now I will say this is all by feel. So I ain't got no measurements. I'll have to try to get measurements for y'all if y'all want it. Then we'll add some pepper. I like to go a little, well, I like to, but my pepper shaker's out. Give me just a minute. I like pepper, so I go a little heavier on the pepper. Alright. Now, I'm going to add some onion powder. With a little extra flavor. Want to mix it in good. And then we'll just stir this up, get it all mixed together. Okay, we got it all mixed up. Now my measuring cup here, I have 4 cups of hot water. We might not use it all, but we're going to just hot water out of the tap. We're going to pour some in, a little bit at a time, and mix it up. And it'll thicken it up. That's what we want it to do. I might have to get more, to be honest. Okay, so that we need to add more. We're drying out. Add some more water there. Mix it up some more. And then if it gets too soupy, you want it nice and thick where it'll run off the spoon, but not too soupy. So we'll mix it up. See, it's starting to thicken up again. I don't know if you can see it, but it's starting to thicken up again. We still got some dry cornmeal in there. Mix that around, knock your lumps down. A whisk might work, but I've always used a spoon. You see it there getting thickened up. I just turned my burner on. I got some peanut oil in the pan. And we'll let that mix. See, that's still a little soupy, but the more it sits, the thicker it'll get. I might have to add a little bit more. Just a touch. But I need a little bit thicker than that. So we'll add a little bit more. Alright. See if that does the job. Oh yeah, it's already doing it. Alright, nice and mixed. Scrape the sides real good, get all that dry off there. Still a little runny, but that'll work right there. Alright, let's let our oil heat up and we'll get this in there and show you how we cook it. Alright, we're going to do our water test with this oil, see if it's ready. I think we're about ready enough. Might be a little loud, so bear with me. Alright, so what we do is we take one spoonful, just drop it down in there. 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 And let those cook. They'll start to float after so long. And I always take a fork and I cover it, just make sure they ain't sticking to the bottom. That oil might not have been quite ready enough. We'll let them cook. And they'll start turning brown and all that, and they'll float. They should float, but I think they're stuck to the bottom. There we go. Alright, you can see right there they're floating after I broke them off the bottom. And this time I'll come by and I'll flip it. We'll let them cook and they'll get a golden, start getting a golden brown color, and then we'll pull them out. Alright, I don't know if you can see it, but they got a nice little golden brown color going on. So what we'll do is we'll pull it out. They've been cooking for about 5 minutes. I flipped them a couple times, and we'll set them over here on the paper plate with paper towel on it, soak up some of that oil. We'll drain them off the best we can. Now these little things right here around my house are gold. Kids love them, everybody loves them. Pull that one out. Drain that oil off of it. I have to stab it, yeah. Set it over here. Set it down. And you'll know when they ain't done. You break one open, it's still soft in the middle. And normally when you get that golden brown color, they're done. So we'll come back in, and as it sits, it gets thicker. So we'll do another batch here, let it cook. And we'll let them cook for a little while, and then go from there. Alright, so this is our hot water cornbread. All done. Excuse the light, it ain't too bright, but that's a good piece right there. You break it open, done all the way through. This is part of the reason why I'm fat cracker. I grew up on this stuff, and it was good when I was younger. It's good now. Now what we're going to do, I'm going to slide you over here. Here's our jambalaya. Now I failed to tell y'all that I needed to add 3 cans of soup. I added cream of celery soup, cream of onion soup, and cream of mushroom soup when I put it over to simmer. So that's what gives it that creamy texture, and let it soak into the rice and give it that flavor through the rice. But that right there is good right there. I tell you, if you ain't eating nothing like this, some jambalaya and some hot water cornbread, you ain't eating good, bud. Y'all have a good night. Have a good weekend. Thank you. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.